during this Bible study tonight, you guys received whatever it was that you needed to receive in the name of Jesus, okay? So, here we are at the last segment of the night, you guys. And usually I leave this to talk to my ladies during Kids Boot Camp, but tonight I'm going to talk to everyone. Because one thing I noticed, especially in this month right here, is that it has been a season of, and it started at the beginning of spring, alright? What you have to understand is that these seasons are conducive to our life. So when it's spring, and you spring cleaning, got to clean out. In life, it's spring cleaning as well. People come, people go. You have to clean out and revamp and reorder, reshape some things. And so, it's the same thing. It's parallel to our life. And in the fall, when things are hibernating and, preparing for the next season, winter, further hibernation and getting things prepared as family, togetherness. And then in the springtime, what we do? We pop up. What does the earth do? It springs forward. Flowers bloom. Everything that you had been working on during that fall and during the winter is now time to bring to fruition. Okay? So our lives are very, very parallel to the seasons. And so one thing that I've noticed is that when I grow through in life, it's not only for me. I'm not only growing through for myself. I'm growing through for everybody else. And me and my co-leader, he was just speaking into my life in the beginning of Bible study, those same things. And it's not that I didn't know that, it's that I needed the encouragement at that moment. Sometimes, like I said before break, the encourager needs some encouraging. And so, it's always important to have those particular people around you. But it is a season, and I know it is a season where people are having hardships. Things are happening in your life. I'm talking about it's going down. You heard me? And I know so because it's happening in my life. And I know you guys, because you guys, if you're listening right now, I'm also on Facebook Live. Because I told a couple people that I was going to go live and talk about some things, considering what we may be going through as a race here on earth. Because you got to realize that we're all connected to one energy base, and that's the Most High. And so we're connected to one mind. And when you're going through, you guarantee somebody is going through too. They just may be handling it a little bit better than you. So I'm gonna talk to you about some things, okay? Now, what is anxiety? Because this morning I woke up and I was just in a panic. Soon as I woke up, in my feelings. Soon as I woke up, and it's been like that for a few days now. Seriously, to the point where one morning I straight up, like, I thought I was getting ready to go into cardiac arrest because it was so heavy on my chest. What's heavy on your chest? The burdens, the worries of the world, the things that you're growing through. And I know daggone well I'm growing through it, but you have to remember that I'm human. You have to remember that you're human still. So don't let anybody tell you that you don't have the space to go through. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't have the space in your life to take a moment and feel what you feel so you can identify what it is. I talk a lot in my Kids Boot Camp, I talk a lot about identifying that negative source in your life, those people, those places, those things. You have to identify what those things are that are trying to tear you down so you can name it and kill it. Because since it's by the name of Jesus that miracles happen and blessings take place, then it's by the name of Jesus that you can kill those things, you can rebuke those things, you can bind up those negative things in the name of Jesus. So you give those things a name as well. Okay? You even when you're having those periods in life where you're going through some things. Even when, because they're going to be there. And if you don't have any moments that you're going through some things, then guess what? You're not going to build no muscle. So in those moments when you're going through, you have to remember, you can feel your flesh a little bit, you can mourn a little bit, you can cry a little bit, you can feel what you feel as a human, but like I tell everybody, don't stay there long. Don't get stuck there. You can't get stuck there, because if you're anything like me, God uses me for other people. He uses my life for other people. He uses me as a walking testimony here right now. And a lot of things that I go through, I can go through something this morning. Sometimes it happens so quick, y'all, that I go through something in the morning, and by noon, I'm telling somebody how to overcome. By noon, I'm encouraging somebody how to get through the thing that I just got through 4 hours ago. It's amazing what God does. But first, you have to bring yourself to a point in life where you become knowledgeable about that. You have to have the wisdom and understanding to know that you're going to grow through. You're going to have some things, some adversities in your life that's going to teach you some lessons, so you'll be able to tell somebody else how to get through it, how you got through it, the steps to take. But one thing you can't do, though, and you have to remember that, is that you cannot personally form someone else's relationship with the Lord. You can't do that. But what you can do is show them how to receive the tools. You can show them how to activate it. You can show them how to build their own relationship. You can encourage somebody else by letting them know what you did to encourage yourself, how God used you to grow through what you were growing through. So I want to let you guys know that you're not going through it by yourself. And I know you may see me on Facebook or wherever it is you follow me at, and it may look like things are golden, ain't a care in the world. That girl got business. She always here, there. Look at her energy. Oh my God, gracious God. That's because I choose to rise above. I choose to still smile. I choose to. And sometimes I get in those moments where when I don't have a release, though, here's the thing. When I don't put a release up in there, okay, it's gonna come out regardless. And today is when it happened. Today, and when it was like, oh, I can't even finish the prayer. Co-leader, handle that, because I can't even fathom the words to get out to say right now, because I need the words said to me. I need somebody to pray for me today, and it's okay to be that way. But you have to come to an understanding where you know that. Where you know that you can't do it, and you have to become comfortable in letting people know what's wrong, what's going on. You know, you find yourself 2 or 3 good friends, even if, forget 2 or 3, even if you just find one. You find yourself somebody else, because if we didn't need anybody else in this lifetime, God would have just created you. It would have just been you, and it wouldn't have been anybody else to carry out and activate these blessings here on earth. God can't do it by himself. He has to use us. He works through us. That's why you have to be a willing vessel in order to be used. Okay, so I'm going to let you know something. You know, if you're going through, you got some things going on, trouble don't last always, man. It's how you handle it. And I have a book that's coming out that's going to be talking about the different things that I went through in my life. Depression, sexual abuse, domestic violence, homelessness, just anxiety, all types of things that tried to get me, because these things are generational curses. So it wasn't anything that I had to do in this lifetime. It was something that I had to break, though. I had to rise above it, because it's people in my family who didn't make it from depression. It's people in my family who didn't make it back from homelessness. They never seen the top again after they was at the bottom. They haven't seen it. It's some people in my family that did not make it, y'all. My friend early this year took his own life because of the things that he was going through in his life. He did not make it, y'all. And I stand here today as I have those thoughts. I have suicidal thoughts, okay? But I bind them up in the name of Jesus. I let the devil know, even in my idle moments, you still can't get to me. You may say hello and wave a hand, but I seen you. So you have to stay prayed up. You have to stay, with the word inside of you. And if you don't know the word, then I suggest you grab a spiritual text and you get to it. And don't get so caught up on the names of the people who are telling these stories. Don't get caught up on the names and who it happened to. That ain't what you're supposed to be worried about. What you got to be worried about is the principle, the higher purpose, the lesson that happens to that person, the blessings and the curse, what they did, what they put into the atmosphere. Were they a abider of the law of the Lord, or did they go against the word of the Lord? And what happened when they abided by the word of the Lord, and what happened when they did not abide by the word of the Lord? That's what you need to be focused on. And in your focusing on that spiritual text, you'll start to develop understanding. You'll start to develop that peace and long suffering and all those fruits, okay, that you need in your life, because it's not, I'm telling you, it is not promised. It is not promised that you won't go through. It is not promised. It is promised that you will have peace while you go through. It is promised that God will send you something, someone to fill the void that you have while you grow through. That's what the promise is about, because God needs soldiers. He needs testimonies. If you ain't going through nothing, what you going to testify about? How is he going to use you? So it's not a point. If you're going to go through, it's when. And are you going to be prepared for it? And I had to learn how to become prepared, because it didn't just happen to me. Okay, thank you, Holy Spirit. I was getting ready to say I wasn't born that way, but yes, I was. But I wasn't raised to know that I had these things in me. I had to find it out for myself. And sometimes it gets like that. So right now, even if I'm 31 years old, thank the Lord. I just had a 31st birthday a couple days ago, June 20th. He blessed me to see yet another year, you guys. And I am not lying, y'all. The whole week, though, it has been so terrible. Like, it's been so terrible for me in my flesh, but my spirit is rejoicing because it understands the victory. It sees the vision. It understands the provision. It is down. I was taking a walk to the studio on Tuesday. I was walking here, you guys, and I had a conversation. I do these success stories every so often, especially when I find myself to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of people. I'm sick and tired of situations. And I find myself in those moments. And that very moment is where I pull out a success story. Well, these things are going on in my life right here. And it's causing me all types of discomfort. It's making me cry at night. It's not giving me an opportunity. I feel like I can't breathe. I take 2 steps forward. I fall back one. Lord, I just can't. Lord, Jesus. Okay? Jesus, fix it. And in those moments, though, it's where the higher purpose reveals itself. Because if not you, then who? And for you to understand what's happening right now, for you to understand and grasp that higher purpose, for you to already know that trouble don't last always, for you to already know that you are being used as a walking testimony, for you to already know that I ain't gonna put too much on you that you can't bear, for you to already know that I got your back, is you already know that. So you already blessed, so activate that, walk in that. Stay there where you at right quick, feel that, understand that. Get that all in your system. Okay, good, great, got it, boom. Now, start walking in what you really know. Because I'm going to send somebody to you who may not be able to handle that. Kendric, Lord, he just said this to me. Because I'm going to send somebody to you who may not be able to handle that situation the way that you did. And I'm going to need you to tell them something. Because they can't hear me right now. So that I'm going to use you to talk to them. Because they can hear you and see you right now. And they're faith a little soft right now. So they can't hear me. They can't hear me. But they can hear and see you. So be used. And let them know exactly what it is that I let you know. You know, so I want to say to those people out there who may not be able to encourage yourself, because it's times where I had to encourage myself. It's times where I have to remember what I know. I have to put it into practice. But if that's not you, you know, if you are battling anxiety right now and you can't pull yourself up out of it, I'm talking about in the past few days, y'all, I had to literally pull myself out of bed and make myself take a shower just so I can get that overnight off of me, just so I can wash off what was going on with me. Because let me tell you, it's an energy, and it is something that you can wash off in the morning. I'm telling you the truth. But you have to put your mind to it. You have to choose to keep going. Because it's easy not to. It's easy just to sit there and be like, well, this is woe is me. This is my situation. This is what I'm going through. You want to tell everybody about it because you want a little bit of sympathy. It's easy to do that. It's so easy to do that. What's not easy, where the challenge is at, is when you have to keep going. When you have obligations around you. It was so bad to the point where, and I'm being absolutely transparent, you better use me, Lord. It was so bad to the point where it's moments where it's like, well, my kids will be better off without me. And the Holy Spirit, like, well, where they gonna go? Who they gonna go with? Who better than you for your kid? And I'm like, you're right. Let me hear you. You know what, devil? You know what? Get up off me. It be like that sometimes, and I can definitely relate, y'all. And the only thing that it was one point in my life, because I've been here before, it happens often, because God keeps me on my toes and he makes me humble. It was one time in my life before when this time it's my business that's going through, and my organization and my relationships, considering business operations and all of those things. A year and a half ago, it was my life. So now I'm reaching towards the end of balance. balance because I have suffered in both. I have learned lessons in both. That's what I realized. But in that point that I'm getting ready to talk about, it was so bad to the point where my phone wasn't ringing. I didn't get a phone call from a friend. I'm talking about my mama and my daddy was the only one that was hitting my line. Okay, my dad been passed away 3 years now, so it had to been about 3 years ago. They was the only one that called my line. And at that point in time, I knew that when my phone rang, that it was going to be one of them. It wasn't going to be my friend. It wasn't going to be my cousin. It wasn't going to be nobody like that. It wasn't going to be anybody that was going to really be able to pour inside of me, really be able me, because they had no clue of what I was going through. It had reached a level that my friends and my peers around me had no understanding of. And God put me in that situation where I had nobody but him. So I learned from him. I was encouraged by the Lord. I had to make sure that my spirit moved me. Grab that book over there and read it. Get over there in that corner and say some affirmations. Because the only other way that I knew I was still human and I knew I couldn't give up is because I heard this. Mom, 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 mom. Mom, if it weren't for me hearing mom, if you're a mom and if you're a dad and you heard dad and mom all the time, you know what I'm talking about. In those moments when them kids getting on your nerves, it's something totally different. But in those moments when you feel like you about to die, baby, and you heard that baby say, Mom, you heard that baby say, Daddy, you know that you got some other reason on this earth to be who you are and what it is you're doing, and you need to overcome what you're going through right now simply because you're here for that person that just called your name. So it ain't even just about you. And that's something that I had to face. So, you guys, I'm going to be, this is going to be lessons that I pass on to you guys for the next month coming up. You know, I always have basically a storyline for you guys. This month, in the month of June, it's been Save Me From Myself, Lord, because I just knew this was going to come right here. So I was already praying. I was already putting it into the atmosphere. Lord, save me from myself, because when I do get in situations like this, when I do have moments where I want to give up, Lord, when I don't care, Father God, I need to know that I asked you to save me from myself already. So I know it's going to be done, because when 2 or more come together in the name of Jesus, it shall be done. And I pray with my kids each and every morning. It's 3 of them, baby, so it's always 2 or more. So listen, give me that blessing. Fix it, Father, in the name of Jesus. But for those people who may not be able to get through what it is you need to get through, for those people who may not be able to encourage themselves, you don't have anybody to encourage you around you, and you battle suicide thoughts, or you're trying to get yourself, from that domestic violence mindset, or you've been sexually abused. I have hotline numbers on my status right now to tackle those issues. And a lot of those things, a lot of your anxiety may stem from those things right there. And it's several stigmas that we're going to talk about next week that people have put on, people who have suicidal thoughts, or people who are suicidal. They say things like, they're weak, or they're searching for attention, or they're selfish, or different things like that. No, what I'm going to do is reverse the stigma on those things, because a weak person is just tired of being strong by themselves. And an attention-seeking person is just pressured to be great and to keep up an image. And they're not selfish, they're selfless, especially if you have kids, because you feel like they can be better without you and with somebody else. So it's not necessarily what we're thinking. We have to change the process of how we look at these people so we can help them differently. There's people dying out here every day because they're misunderstood, and it will no longer be anybody that I can reach on my platforms, no longer, because I don't care what I go through or how embarrassing it is. When God gives me enough courage to stand before you or speak before you and tell you about it, so you'll be able to be empowered by it, I'm going to do that in the name of Jesus, because he brought me through, and so I'm going to bring you through in the name of Jesus. Now, we fighting this. So be prepared. Over the next month, we're going to be talking about those battling anxiety, the suicidal thoughts, overcoming domestic violence. We're going to be talking about sexual abuse. I had a little sexual abuse when I was a child, when about 9 or 10. It wasn't deep. I didn't get raped or anything, but it was enough for me. You feel what I'm saying? So all of those things, I'm here for you guys. We can hold hands together and walk through this, y'all, because this life right here, it belongs to us, and we have to do our very, very best to make sure we reign in victory, because it is our inheritance already. All we have to do is walk in what we already know, you guys. So next week, we're going to be talking about going a little bit deeper on reversing the stigma and on battling suicidal thoughts, and I hope I can just empower you guys. Okay, so that was it.